Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today we are playing King's Quest II, and today we are seeking that third and elusive gem, the Death Gem. And to do so, we are going to have to enter a vampire's castle. Does this seem like a smart idea to you? I'm not sure. Werewolves or vampires, which would you choose? I don't know. Let's hop in and see how this goes. Alright, so let's look at these paintings.
The portraits on the wall depict the couple who once lived here. They look young and proud. Behind the mask of apathy that comes with aristocracy, there's a certain kindness in their eyes.
Okay. Well, what is this?
The
A
fireplace
fireplace?
looks as if it has not been used in quite a long time. You shudder, both from the cold and from the thought that the resident likely has no need of a warm house.
Because he is a vampire. Is there anything in
There is
here?
no wood, and as such, you cannot start a fire.
Do we have wood? I don't think we do. I do not see wood that we can use. Alright. So do we go straight? Maybe we go down this passageway? We're in a library.
This marble bust must be of a past count. While it has some resemblance to the current one, the face looks markedly different from that of the town statue.
Okay. We got all kinds of books here.
This would appear to be the classic fiction section. It is a collection of literature dealing with the arrival of the first mages and what became of their descendants, who were and are all mages themselves. Evidently, the Count must be one such descendant, hence his apparent interest in the subject.
So the Count is a mage.
It is a collection of literature.
Okay. Are these all the same? Okay. And this is all the
This would appear.
classic fiction? What's over here?
These books pertain to the ever-expanding world of science. As you skim over the titles, you see one that says, Evidence of a Spherical World. You shake your head. What will they think of next?
Oh boy.
This bookcase appears to recount the entire family history of the past counts of Kalima. The line apparently dates back many, many centuries.
We got candles.
3 candelabras provide some welcome illumination in this otherwise dark and dismal castle.
And then these pillars?
Presumably, these pillars add support to the bookcases. Considering how huge said bookcases are, you're glad the pillars are in no danger of toppling.
Okay. Can we do anything with the statue?
The bust, being made of marble, is smooth and cold to the touch.
Okay. What about a candle?
If the candelabras get knocked over, the carpet will rapidly go up in flames. Think of all the collected works that would be lost if the library was destroyed. And there's your own safety to consider.
Indeed. I feel like maybe we want to do something back there because of the curtain, but let's
Only
see.
one of the books on this shelf really sparks your interest. It's entitled Power, Politics, and Pulpits. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting paragraph.
Oh boy, is this going to be about the werewolf church? In many lands, the church and state have long shared a mutual distrust of one another. While the state is responsible for the wealth and security of the realm, the church's concern is for the moral standing of the population. It is said that when one intrudes upon the domain of the other, discord is inevitable. In no other place has this been more unpleasant than Colima. The feud between the two institutions there dates back many decades. In the days of the late Count Krystrom, the Lord of Colima spoke openly of the need for change, chiefly regarding the education of the common people. The Church of the Faith maintained that the simple people were of the land. They knew their rightful place, and thus their path was secure. Years later, the young and idealistic Count Kaldar, Krystrom's heir, declared that the Church of the Faith had purposely been holding the people back, retaining their ignorance of literature and the wider world for their own selfish benefit. Naturally, the church resented this insinuation and in turn declared Kaldar a heathen. At that time, the mood of the population had tensed, stability in the realm had weakened as dissension between the church and state rose. It may have continued to do so had the situation not been annulled by tragedy. The Count befell a terrible injury while in the forest one night, which later proved fatal. While it expressed its condolences to the family of the fallen lord, the Church of the Faith asserted that only through its own vision for Colima, not the rulers, could the people find their true path. It is a curious point to note that no new leader has been chosen to replace Kaldar, though it has been many years since his passing. When questioned about this, the townsfolk are likely to either ignore the inquiry altogether or cast a furtive glance in the direction of the now inaccessible castle. Okay.
Science has always been a controversial subject in your mind. You'd rather hang on to the perception of the world that you were brought up with. You have no interest in any of these books right now, even though you would like to read up on how Daventry's own first king arrived with the others of his kind. You have more important things to do right now.
Okay, can we do anything with the curtain? Like, have we looked at the curtain?
Velvet curtains drape down along each side of the end bookcase, adding a certain charm to the room.
What about this rope? Can we look at that?
Velvet...
Okay, no. Can we do anything with the curtains? Like,
You have no need to hide behind the curtains.
Yet. Alright. Well, I'm not sure what else we would do here. So let's continue onward. I guess let's go ahead and save it. Alright, let's go up and see what we've got up. Alright, we have a shovel.
An old shovel rests against the stone wall. It looks well used.
Can we take it?
You take the shovel into your possession.
Okay. I guess we go up still. Because I assume we can't go, or unless we can go, like, around here somewhere. But I'm assuming not. I'm assuming it's just go up. So here we go. And we do have this cloak. That let us get past the ghosts. What is this?
The window looks out onto the island far below. Through it, you see that the bricks of the castle might provide some footholds if you are inclined to go climbing.
Okay, that seems like a mighty big hint. Do we need to go climbing yet, though? I'm not sure. Let's see what happens.
You are not desperate enough to climb out the window. You can exit through the front door.
So maybe at some point in time we might need to, but we're fine for right now. Let's go check up the other staircase, I suppose. And can we do anything with this torch?
A torch has been mounted to the wall here. It does little to cheer up the place, even when lit.
Do we need the
torch?
torch?
You would rather keep your hands to yourself in a place like this.
Alright, well, that's fine. Let's head up the other staircase and see what we can find there. Alright. So far we've checked that we have a library back there, and then we have the window up here where we got the shovel, and now what's going to be up on this side, I wonder? A dining hall.
It is a long dining table completely covered with dust. Scratches scar the legs of the table. 8 chairs have been placed around the table. You have a hard time imagining a joyous company of people celebrating in this cold room.
We got a light up here.
A chandelier graces the ceiling and adds a small degree of light and warmth to this dingy, drafty room.
Alright, well, as per usual, we save. This looks important. Let's go this way, maybe? And see what's over here. Like, the curtains seem to draw the eye. So I want to see what's over in the non-important direction, potentially. Of course,
the staircase beyond is very dark. It would be much too dangerous to proceed down without a light of some kind.
Alright, so we need to go back and try and find a light. Maybe there'll be a light through here. I mean, there's plenty of torches and stuff.
This is just a small storage room. Rows of red wine barrels are neatly stacked and piled along the wall. At least you think they contain wine. Seeing nothing else of real importance, you head back into the dining room.
Okay. Can we do anything with the chairs?
You don't have time to sit around.
Of course not. Well, we've got a shovel. Maybe we can go out to the grounds. It did say we could climb if we needed to. So let's go out. Well, there's these barrels. What's in here?
Expecting them to be filled with mushrooms or potions? Think again.
Well, what is in them? Let's see.
Some barrels and boxes have been stacked here. You presume they are just storage containers. Nothing to be concerned about.
Okay, if you say so. Is there anywhere else to go in here? Can I, like, use the shovel?
There's no need to use that there.
Okay, I can't use the shovel there. Wait,
You feel a chilly draft running through the halls.
I don't want to go back up. Let's go back out the front door and see what we can find on the grounds. Maybe nothing. But let's look. Ooh, it's a graveyard. Can we talk to them? Okay.
When you speak to the ghosts, they utter a mournful wail.
Okay. Maybe we're gonna have to go grave robbing.
As you step further into the cemetery, you can feel your life force slowly being sucked away by the disembodied spirits. You suddenly find yourself unable to move.
I'm glad we saved not too far ago.
The ethereal spirits drain the life force right out of your body. You tup with the spirits and find only the graves.
Okay. So maybe we have to find a way to get rid of the spirits, potentially. Like, that would be my guess. Because I'm guessing we have the shovel so we can dig something up. And a ghost does you in again. Indeed, exactly. It's just a night of getting killed by ghosts tonight. Alright, let's save this. What's this way? The other way is the cemetery. Maybe there's something in this direction. Maybe? Okay, does not appear. So, is there some way we can get rid of the ghosts? What's this?
Kitty, 1500 to 1510.
Oh!
Sudden did the illness come upon sweet Kitty, no longer young. There is nothing more that can be done. Her lives are up. She's had her fun. As you step further into the cemetery, you can feel your life force slowly being sucked away by the disembodied spirits.
Alright, we need to get out of there. We're not going to be able to proceed further right there. At least not until we do something with the spirits. So let's go look at the places that we can access again. Is there anything on this mantle, I wonder? Let's look at it.
The Great Hall of the castle is a large room, quite regal in appearance, even in its simplicity. You can imagine that, in days long since past, this would serve as an impressive welcome area to guests and visitors. You suspect that such a grand entrance would be experienced by few, if any, nowadays.
Alright, let's head back to, I think this was the library. We found that book. Can we, like, somehow take one of these candles? We couldn't take the torch.
If the candelabras get knocked over.
Okay, so we cannot. Are they all... Oh, wait, but we have a candle. Can we light one? Can we use it to light this? Maybe we could use the torch.
You hold your candle up to the candelabra flame. It catches. Your candle is now lit.
Nice. Alright, so now let's see if we can go to that dark area, right? Let's go up this way. We now have a candle. Hopefully that will be enough light. Alright, go over here. And, of course, we will save. Going into dark. Alright, here we go. Now we can see, right?
The staircase beyond is very dark. Fortunately, your candle provides just enough light to see where you are going.
Alright. Hopefully this isn't a thing where he can, like, fall to his death. I don't see anything else down here. What do we got over here? Yeah, this seems safe.
The lid of the beautifully carved coffin is closed.
He's gonna, like, eat us. Do we have anything? What do we have? We have... Alright, we do... Actually, we have a mallet.
The mallet is made of iron. It has a long wooden handle.
And we have this.
It appears to be an ordinary fence picket. Its pointed end reminds you of a stake.
Do we need to stake him? Because he is a vampire, right? So let's see. Can we take the lid off?
The thick black cloak that you are wearing hampers your efforts to lift the coffin lid. Try removing the cloak first.
Alright. Oops. Alright, let's take off the cloak, I suppose. Click it on him again to remove it.
You remove the black cloak again.
Okay. Now let's try and lift the lid.
Nervously, you lift the heavy lid of the elegant coffin.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous.
You peek into its red satin interior. The coffin is unoccupied, and you feel relief wash over you.
I don't know about relief. I feel nervous still.
As you prepare to look inside the coffin,
King Graham, I presume.
Uh-oh.
you turn on your heel. There, blocking the only exit from this dismal room, stands the Count. His skin is pale, his eyes jet black. He wears a black cloak nearly identical to the one that you possess.
Uh-oh.
You know me?
Ah, yes indeed. Sister Hagatha alerted me to your arrival, dear king.
Desperate to stall for time, you query the Count.
Sister Hagatha, you say? Who is she?
The Count regards you with a suspicious glare.
Though I suspect you already know the answer, Hagatha is a charming mage who does as she pleases in this land.
Strange. I was not aware a new ruler had been elected.
Do not be foolish. Hagatha has no interest in the politics of this wretched place, nor do I in point of fact. Death tends to diminish one's taste for power.
Okay.
No. At present, she is interested only in one thing. As am I, your destruction.
No! Alright, so let's save this. This is the Count. What do we have? This was...
The ring is gold with an enormous red ruby. The word beloved is engraved inside the gold band.
So if Grandma's husband was the one bit by the bat and turned into vampire, was he the Count? Is that who we're talking to now? If so, maybe this is his ring, or one he gave to her. Let's see. Uh-oh. That wasn't fast enough.
In an instant, you are flat against the wall. The Count has you pinned so well you can't move a muscle, much less put up a defense.
Here.
You can feel the Count's iron-cold hand on your throat. You
Uh-oh.
have barely seconds before the inevitable happens.
Uh-oh.
With difficulty, you manage to loosen the ruby ring from your finger and drop it to the floor. The Count's eyes dart to it quickly, then flash angrily back to you.
Uh-oh.
Where did you get that?
The
Grandma?
elderly woman who lives in a house to the south of here, near the beach.
Exactly?
She gave it to me for helping her.
The Count regards you for a moment. His dark eyes bore unendingly into yours, and you feel as if your very soul is bare.
What do you know of her?
She is not well.
She's not. She's
No.
old.
Do you think I am not aware of that?
What do you
You're
want to
sweating
know?
profusely. Hopefully, this vampire doesn't find the odor appetizing.
Night is the most dangerous of times for my mortal family. I have kept constant vigil over my wife for many years, so that from the darkness, no harm would come to her. When her time comes, we will be together forever.
Oh?
I think tonight will be the night. I have seen her this very eve. I did what I could to help her.
Maybe he's gonna
But
ask us to stay
I do not
here.
think it was enough.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna disappear? Or he turns into a bat? Bye!
As you watch the giant bat fly out of the room, you realize with dread that the Count has confiscated your crucifix. Without it, you are trapped in this castle. Now, what are you going to do?
Oh boy. Now what are we gonna do? Alright. Let's just go ahead. Actually, let's go ahead and save this after count. Is there anything in the coffin?
You peer into the ornate coffin. Finding it unoccupied, you see that the interior is lined with shiny red satin.
Can we take it somehow? Let's see.
At long last, you have located the final gem, the death gem.
Oh man, that was the whole
breathe
reason
deeply,
we came
reach
here.
out and take the stone in your hands. It is ice cold to the touch, but you don't care. This is the last thing you need to unlock the door of destiny. Now all you have to do is get out of here.
Alright, nice. Alright, so we've got the gem. How are we gonna get out of here? Let's see. Let's go up and see what we discover up here. Maybe there'll be something new up here that we can do something with. I'm not confident, but we'll see. Oh, we can climb out the window. Right? Alright, so since we can't go out the front door, we can climb up here. That was the whole reason that when we saw this, right? Now we can't go out the front door, so we can climb out the window.
Seeing no other possible escape route, you climb onto the ledge and carefully lower yourself outside, hoping to find a decent foothold. It is a long way down.
Indeed. Uh-oh. We're gonna die a lot, aren't we? Alright, let's see. Climbing down. Oh boy.
You are way too busy. You are way...
Did we walk? I wonder... Do we have to go, like... Do we have to avoid the... Maybe we have to avoid that. Stay in the light, avoid the vines. Maybe? Uh-oh. How are we gonna get down here? Down the middle? Because it looks like that gets locked off, right? Let's see. Let's try this again. Oh.
Suddenly, you hear a swishing noise in your ear. It's joined by two others.
Uh-oh. They're gonna knock us off?
You instinctively try to brush whatever it is away, but in doing so, lose your hold on the bricks and fall backwards.
Uh-oh. What is this? This is new. What do we got going on here? It's a Disney movie, right? What is this? Okay.
Our guest has awoken, my love.
Is that the old lady?
Good evening, dear king. I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am
Is there a
Count
person
Caldor,
on the table?
former lord of the realm of Colima. May I present my wife, Countess Lavidia?
A pleasure to see you again.
Is that the old lady?
Gratitude to you for alerting me to my wife's grave condition. I took the liberty of preparing you a dish. I thought you might be hungry after your harrowing adventure at my window. You will forgive us if we do not join you. Our tastes differ from yours, do they not, my darling?
You shudder to think what different tastes actually means, but for some reason you note that you can no longer hear any rats squeaking in the distance.
I mean,
Indeed.
that's not bad.
So much to become accustomed to.
You shall have all the time that the world has to share to grow accustomed to such things. Well, perhaps 30 years. Should the father locate the item by then, there might not be enough world left for anyone afterwards.
Oh boy.
As his father, to do is why you frequently went abroad, always with that cloak of yours.
Most certainly. But I think that my affiliation with him and his association has come to a close.
Is it related to the church, I
My obligations
wonder?
to them took me away from my beloved too often. I do not wish to repeat that mistake.
Because, I
You
mean, he
are
kind of
forgiven,
seems like a
my
good
love.
guy.
Their attention, which seemed to have wavered momentarily, now redirects back to you.
Well, well, well. What to do with this one?
What were you going to do with him?
Kill him. I had quite clear instructions.
I'm gonna take
from
back my
Hagana,
thing about you
who
being a
had
good guy.
apparently received them from the Father himself.
But if you are not, as you say, affiliated with his association anymore,
They both share a knowing smile.
tell us, King Graham, why are you here in Colima?
You take a deep breath, trying to ignore the fact that you are the only one capable of doing so, and relate your story of the vision in the magic mirror and your quest to find the 3 gems of nature. The Count and Countess exchange cryptic smiles.
Oh boy.
Romancing the stone.
Indeed.
Obviously, that was a private joke, as you did not understand it.
Okay. We're just eating.
So you search for the one with which you would share the rest of your life. On that I cannot fault you, nor on your intentions here. Therefore, I can forgive the trespassing. However, there is the matter of the dark gem you wish to remove
Oh,
from my
he knew about
castle.
that. Whoops. Please? Can we have it?
I place a deal before you. I am looking for a magnificent sapphire-encrusted tiara. It is a valuable family heirloom.
We have
and
sapphire
has been on this
gems.
estate for centuries. This castle and its estate are old, though. It could be virtually anywhere, in any number of hiding places. I suspect there are many that even I am not aware of. I wish to present this tiara to my wife as a gift to commemorate the eternity we shall spend together. If you
Okay.
can find it and bring it to me before sunrise, then I will give you the gem you seek and your freedom.
Okay. Well, that sounds
You
fair.
nod, unable to believe that you have virtually been ushered away from death's door just so you can run an errand for a couple of vampires.
Uh-huh.
You do not want to think about the consequences if you fail to meet the
Seems
deadline.
gentlemanly. Yep. Alright. So, what was all
An
on the
entire
table?
smorgasbord adorns the tabletop. It sits upon an elegant blood-red tablecloth.
There's 2 chalices here.
The Countess is a slender lady who bears some resemblance to the elderly woman she once was. A black velvet gown graces her figure and makes her appear genuinely regal. Like the Count, her skin is chalk white and her lips are blood red.
Okay. Can we
You
take any
seem
of
to
the
have
food?
lost your appetite for eating at the moment.
What about this
You
glass?
have a strict and simple rule about vampires. Unless you want to donate some blood, do not touch.
Okay, so we can't touch the glasses, right?
You seem to have lost your...
Okay. Let's talk to them.
So, I have until just before sunrise to retrieve this tiara?
That is correct.
And if I am unable to before that time?
The Count's eyes glint red as he looks directly
Uh-oh.
into your own.
For your own sake, I shall hope that you are successful.
I
You
hope
bravely
so too.
suppress a shudder. It seems clear that you are not off the hook yet.
Oh boy. Does he have
The
anything
Count
else to
has
say?
nothing more to say to you at the moment.
What about the Countess?
Pardon my asking, but as the Countess of this realm, I presume you have lived in this castle before now?
Yes, that is so.
Then how did you come to live in that old house by the sea?
After my husband died, I continued to live in the castle for a time. I watched my newborn son grow into a man, marry, and have a child of his own.
possum.
Yes. Shortly after her birth, however, my son and his wife both befell a tragic end at the hands of...
The Countess looks pained and appears unable to continue.
Was it the
I
werewolf
apologize
church?
if I have caused you to relive your grief.
A vampire cannot truly feel grief, but perhaps my wife still recalls hers. I shall continue for her, if you so wish.
Sure.
Please, if I may know, how were your son and daughter-in-law lost to you?
They were slain.
I
by the
knew it.
Brotherhood.
The werewolves
The
killed him.
Brotherhood?
You have met them at the church.
Is it werewolves
Your
versus
mind
vampires,
reels,
guys?
so that is the connection.
Why would the Brotherhood kill your heirs? Oh.
As you have just guessed, the Brotherhood wish an end to the reign of my family. Why else would they give you the means to penetrate my domain, so that you could do their dirty work for them?
The cross key.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Stolen from me through stealth, and their own brand of magic. The Counts of Colima have all descended from a single bloodline. We have always been partial to change, as opposed to the stagnating status quo of the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Over the last few decades, the Brotherhood have tried to dispose of my family as best they could.
I mean, honestly,
That
I
which
prefer
I
the
am
vampires.
now was brought about by them.
Mm.
They were the ones who set the monstrous, infected bat upon me. Long have I cursed my ineptitude. I should have used magic to defend myself.
Do not be so hard on yourself, my dear. I remember that night well. That hideous creature gave you no chance.
Perhaps. But I should have awoken from my dark sleep sooner. Then I would have been able to protect our beloved son and his wife, and you would not have been forced to flee the castle, to live out your days in that wretched old house, under a false identity.
It was not so bad a time. Dear little possum loved it. I hope she will be as happy in her new home. She has a new life now, with no reason to fear any more.
This Brotherhood. Are they real monks?
They were once, but something happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Local folklore would have you believe that Weirwood Forest is a host to certain entities, spirits of the wild, they are called.
And what of them?
I believe the monks encountered these spirits. What occurred specifically is beyond anyone's knowledge but their own. But it is evident that the men were given the ability to transform themselves.
Okay.
Unfortunately, their minds were apparently transformed also. They began to believe they were destined to rule, and since have presented great danger to myself and my family.
So the danger you face is not a result of some decades-old feud?
Not at all, dear king, though history will likely reflect such. But, to answer your question, the members of the Brotherhood are no longer the goodly monks they once were.
Yeah, that's
They
what
do
I'm
not
saying.
represent their fellow brethren well.
Okay. Anything
The
else?
Count has nothing more to say to you at the moment.
What about you?
The Countess has nothing more to say to you at the moment.
Okay, so we learned quite a lot here. So now we need to find this tiara. And I suppose it could be virtually anywhere. Let's go look in the library. Maybe we... Hello?
You see a young woman sitting on the dusty floor. She has a book in her lap entitled Little Red Riding Hood.
I wish I could read this story. All the pretty words.
Who are you?
Whatever do they say?
A young woman
Pictures
sits on the
look
dusty
interesting.
floor. She is
What is
reading,
this
or
book
trying
about?
to read, a book entitled Little Red Riding Hood. Aside from the pictures, she does not appear to be comprehending the content at all.
The pictures look interesting, but what is this book about?
The book tells the story of a young girl who met a wolf in the forest.
The young woman's head snaps up. Her black eyes drill into your own. You gasp as you realize you are looking at yet another vampire. Just how many has the count made tonight? The
Is
young
this
woman's
awesome?
lips transform from hungry to, fortunately, pleasant recognition.
So you are the guest of my grandfather's house.
Is it
I was
possible?
hoping I would meet you again.
The woman is startlingly beautiful, but in an eerie, unnatural way. You find yourself unable to speak for a moment. She does look somewhat familiar.
Is it
but
Possum
from
grown
where?
up?
Oh, my handsome gentleman does not recognize me?
Should I?
You remember the basket?
It
The soup?
was.
With a start, you recognize the young woman. She's grown and matured considerably since you last saw her. The little girl, Possum, has been transformed completely into this. She has traded her small ruby cloak for a dazzling satin robe of the same color.
Okay.
Are you unhappy with my appearance?
No, it's just that you have me at a disadvantage. I do not know your real name.
Anastasia.
Oh.
A beautiful name.
Yes, 'twas one of the few things my parents left me before they died. They're probably buried somewhere on this island, as a matter of fact.
I bet they have the tiara.
What do you seek here?
You explain your so far unsuccessful attempt to locate the tiara. The young woman looks thoughtful for a moment, then suddenly snaps her fingers. A discarded pile of books shift aside from the floor, and a single black book is revealed underneath.
Okay.
She appraises the black book with indignant incomprehension, then holds it out towards you. You take the book from Anastasia's hand.
I do not suppose that has anything to do with it, but it must be about something important.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. Alright, what is this book about?
This black book is entitled Sleepy Hollow. It feels lighter than its size would suggest.
Okay, what happens if we touch it?
You open the book and are surprised to discover not pages, but a hollowed-out section in which sits a silver key. The key's handle resembles the shape of a sleeping child. There also appears to be something written on the back cover of the book.
Okay, what does it say?
In the hollow, you can see that the inside back cover has been written on. Some words have been scrawled onto the paper. They are faded, but still mostly legible.
If treasure you seek dear to my heart, tales of fiction is where you must start. Find first the beauty with stepsisters too, that's Cinderella. Then visit the hut that the big bad wolf blew. Okay, Three Little Pigs. The girl with no flock will usher your way, Little Bo Peep. To the little old man who spins gold out of hay, Rumpelstiltskin. Those two star-crossed lovers shall be your last guide. And the only thing I know about star-crossed lovers is Romeo and Juliet, but I don't see how that fits in. They'll lead you to riches that pirates did hide. What you earnestly seek shall now truly be yours. They'll get it part wrong and you'll be greeted by maws. Do we have to go navigate back here? Okay, what do we have?
A book has been removed from the shelf here.
Okay, the Willow Wren and the Bear. So we want to start with Cinderella, right? Cinderella. So let's take this. Three Little Pigs. Where's Three Little Pigs? Let's see. Three Little Pigs. Wait. Three Little Pigs. Okay, now we want Little Bo Peep. Let's see. Little Bo Peep. Little Bo Peep, right here. And then Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin right here. So Romeo and Juliet. These are all of the Shakespeare works. Romeo and Juliet. Something with pirates.
A new book has appeared on the third shelf down.
This one? Let's see. Treasure Island. That's which one it was, right?
You've located the correct book. You pluck it from the shelf and read its title, Treasure Island.
All right.
What is this? There seems to be a lock binding the cover shut. The keyhole requires a small, thin key.
Is that going to be the one that we had in the book? All right, let's see. Let's try to use this key.
It feels like it looks.
All right, use the key on the book.
The key fits perfectly into the lock. You turn it and hear a soft click. The book is now open.
All right, now let's look at the book.
Skimming through the book, you find that a map has been sketched onto the last page. Close scrutiny reveals it is a top-down layout of the castle and its surrounding grounds. According to this, the tiara has been buried near one of the graves.
We knew we were going to have to dig a grave.
This is not going to be a case of digging all night while trying to avoid unearthed zombies.
I mean, in this
world,
who knows?
There's also a small piece of writing near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
A date of fate? Let's see if we can talk to her again. Maybe she'll have some information.
How do you feel about what the Count has done to you?
I am not sure. I suppose I should be grateful.
Grateful?
Yes. If he had left me as I was, I would have faced the same danger that claimed the lives of my parents.
I mean, that's
true. The murderers hunt my family still. We will not be completely safe until they are gone. At least I now need not fear anything that prowls by night.
That's true.
True enough. And if you can avoid daylight altogether for the rest of eternity, you'll be fine.
You have nothing else to say to Anastasia right now.
Alright, so let's go ahead and save this. We gotta go grave digging, we knew that.
I wish only one thing as payment for helping you find that book.
What?
Of course.
Would you be so kind as to take this bracelet and place it on my mother's grave? I believe she wanted me to have it while I was alive. Now, it seems no longer appropriate to keep it.
Okay.
Thank you. I must retire now. It will not be long before sunrise. Good night, Graham.
Good night, Anastasia.
Oh boy. Alright, so now we have this bracelet.
The bracelet looks like it would fit a small wrist. It is a circlet of diamonds surrounded by beautiful sapphires.
Okay, we have all kinds of sapphires. Alright. So. Graves. Let's see. Now let's look first off at this one.
According to this, the tiara has been buried near one of the graves. There is something written near the bottom. A date of fate can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
Is that 1900? Let's see.
Susanna Somnia, 1195 to 1265. He had put her to bed after she'd had supper, but forgot next morning to stir and wake up her. As you step further into the cemetery, you can feel your life force slowly being sucked away by the disembodied spirits.
I don't know what to do about that. We gotta put, maybe one of them is her mother, right? Like that looks kind of like a lady one. As you hold up the bracelet,
the ghosts seem to relax slightly. You wonder if it is now safe to approach them and enter the cemetery.
Maybe? Let's see.
Mary Ann Drinkwater, 1230 to 1266. They had traveled safely for many a day until crossing a bridge along their way. She lost her balance and fell to her fate. He tried to save her, but it was too late.
Okay.
Lord Herbert and Lady Lillian, 1646
Okay,
to
this one we need to
1668.
put the bracelet.
Loving parents of Anastasia, beloved son and daughter-in-law of Count Caldor and Countess Lavidia, our enemies be warned. Their untimely deaths shall be avenged.
Okay, so I think those might be the ghosts of them. So we'll put the
You
bracelet
place
there.
the bracelet on the grave. It immediately sinks down into the earth.
Okay,
The ghosts
hopefully.
do not respond at first. Then one of them drifts toward you.
Uh-oh. Don't eat me.
It nods, almost sadly.
Oh,
The
okay.
ghost seems to want to say something, but appears unable. Its face, though transparent and hazy, is lined with grief and torment. Its facial features waver into focus. The ghost is female.
Oh. Yeah, that's her mom.
We understand that our daughter will never be joining us now. No longer do we need wait for her. Now we journey to the realm of the dead, where its lord waits to judge us. Farewell.
Bye.
You bow your head and cross your heart out of respect. While looking downward, you notice that a beautiful gold ring now lies at your feet.
Okay, I'll take that.
You feel apprehensive about
Oh.
being here.
Is it this the ring? There we go.
You lift the gold ring from the ground and carefully place it in your pocket.
What's the deal with the ring? Let's look at it.
It is a gold wedding band.
Maybe we need to give that to Anastasia? I don't know.
Lord Herbert and Lady Lily.
Okay, that was those graves. Let's look over here.
John Bell. Here lies a speaker named John Bell, who thought his voice just sounded swell. He narrated tales from days quite olden, but now that he's gone, silence is golden. Boris and Olga. There was an old couple named Olga and Stovich, who in truth made quite a nice pair. They lived with each other for many long years, till they wound up in each other's hair. Date of death, 1567.
Okay. How about this one? We still got some back here.
Samuel You Believe,
Ooh, this one maybe?
1255 to 1300. This young man sought to be holy, to save himself from being lowly. He joined the hood and wore their cloth, eventually died from professional sloth.
What did it say? Let me look at the book again.
According, there is something written near the bottom.
A date of
A
fate
date
can
of
be
fate
found.
can be found with a first, a second, and a double of nothing.
I think that's 1200 though. But maybe. We'll keep that one in mind.
Alfred Chamberlain, 810 to 810. He'd not seen his first sunrise, felt not the warmth of dawn. All who saw him wept and cried. To this world he'd come stillborn.
Aw.
Count Christopher
This
Ivere,
one.
1175 to 1200. The young Ivere, his time so near, said he, my dear, lend me your ear. Please do not fear. My life ends here.
Okay, so I think it's that one. I just want to look at the other two tombstones, I think.
Count Bartholomew Scrooge, 1017 to 1101. To warnings he would pay no mind. Of his failing, ailing health, his relatives they'd bide their time. After all, he had great wealth.
And I think this is the last one.
Jacob Scarlett, 1354 to 1411. He would not rise from out of bed, not even to soothe his aching head. Should have heeded what the doctor said. It's too late now, for he is dead.
Alright, let's give it a save. It was this one, right?
Count Christopher.
Alright, now let's get the shovel. Whoops. Let's get the shovel. And dig this one. Hopefully find the tiara.
You stop digging when your shovel hits something hard.
Alright, let's look.
There is an open hole beneath one of the headstones.
I guess we're gonna reach in and hope it's not a
Nervously,
zombie.
you reach down, open the coffin, and look inside.
What is this?
You search through the belongings of the deceased. According to the headstone, they belong to a Count Christopher Ivere. After some tentative searching, you find a parchment. It appears to be the last will and testament of Larman Odnarb, healer.
Okay.
This isn't right. You run your eyes over the parchment. It's dated 1200, the same as the date on the headstone. However, the instructions pertaining to his burial were for Larman to be placed near his family at the church's cemetery. Oh dear.
Huh. Okay. Do we have to go back to the church? Maybe? I thought we couldn't leave. I don't know. Do we... Maybe? Because this is not the church cemetery, right? For sure? Oh man, are we gonna have to do this again? Let me save it. If I just come here, is he gonna die?
Ouch.
Yeah. He cannot walk this. Okay.
You feel a heavy coldness run through
Alright,
your...
I'm glad we saved it. Alright, so we gotta walk the stupid path again. So now let's see if we can go back to the church.
The boatman has nothing more to say.
Can we get on the boat?
You climb back into the decrepit rowboat, and the shrouded ghoul ferries you back across the lake.
Alright. So, let's see. Oh man, are we gonna have to do the reverse of how we got in here, or can we just somehow get out? Okay, good. We don't have to do the maze, at least going out of the maze. Is there a cemetery here somewhere? Yes, we go through here, right?
Your heart beats faster and faster as you push on the handle of the church door. It opens, and you nervously step inside.
So what's gonna happen? This looks different.
You look over the book. It is a journal written by Werewolf, head monk of the Church of Kalima. Flipping through it, you see a paragraph with a name you recognize.
It is frustrating as always dealing with Count Kaldor and his ilk. He is just like his father, perhaps even worse. He insists that Kolima be pushed forward to enlighten the peasantry. Can he not see that this path leads to ruin? How can the people retain their moral goodness if their minds are filled with knowledge of the wider world and all of its sins?
You turn a few more pages and choose another interesting-looking paragraph.
I am quite convinced that Kaldar is so blinded by his so-called vision for Kolima that he could not see the folly of his intentions, and yet he is the Lord of Kolima. To publicly refute him would create confusion and anger in the people. I am a man of patience, the greatest gift his grace has granted me. Perhaps time will settle this young lord's idealism and grant him sense in the process.
The journal largely contains many entries of similar types and of daily matters of a monk's life. You are about to replace the journal where you found it, but your eye catches a most peculiar passage.
A wonderment was discovered in the forest this night. The spirits of the wild, long thought to be only of legend, appeared to us and saw fit to grant to my brethren and I the most blessed of gifts. Such power we now have. Our forms can be abandoned in favor of any other, and I am to be their leader, their most powerful. They are bound to me inextricably. The spirits have made promises of greater things to come for us. Oh, it fills me with such longing, the endless possibilities that we will achieve with our abilities. I am restless. I must leave for a time. The moon is full, and I feel the urge to join my pack as they run. Perhaps we will hunt. Perhaps we will kill. My mind is now clear, and I know the path before us. It is a path that shall lead us to greatness, and it will begin with the destruction of our nemesis. But now I no longer have the patience to write. I must run. I must hunt. I must...
The passage ends abruptly. Though there are many pages left to be written on, it is evident that the final passage was written a number of years ago.
Okay.
How strange. You replace the journal, putting it back where you found it.
What is this?
Evidently, someone stands at the center of the symbol, as you can see some hair on that part of the floor.
Okay. What if we save it? What if we walk on that? Alright, I don't know. Let's go to the graveyard. And see... Let's look
Here
over
lies the Oddnarb
There
family.
we go.
Evidently, they were well respected to have their own area.
So can we dig here? Let's see.
You become acquainted with your new roommate. You will both be spending a lot of time together.
Okay. Was it somewhere just back here? Let's see. What do we get?
You stop digging when your shovel
Okay.
hits something hard.
Well, let's look.
With bated breath, you open the box. There it is, the tiara.
Okay.
As you retrieve the tiara from its final resting place, you let out a loud, relieved sigh. You feel as if the coming sunrise will be the most glorious sight you will ever behold, considering how close you were to never seeing another again. Now don't delay, you still have to get it back to the castle.
Uh-oh. What you wanted? A new roommate? Uh-oh.
You freeze as a wolf's howl sends shivers down your spine.
Uh-oh.
You force yourself to turn and face nothing. Your anxiety must be causing you to hear things.
Okay. Let's get out of here. Hopefully. Open the door. Can we get out? Get away from this. Uh-oh, there's a lot of wolves. Cliffhanger, nothing. Oh, man.
Without warning, a wolf darts out of the
no.
dark forest and dashes towards you, and this time it's running directly at you.
Can I run away? Run away! Uh-oh. Okay. We avoided him. Alright. There we go. Actually, just because, like, I'm so paranoid what's gonna happen. Like, are we gonna get... Wait, where's the ferryman?
Something is wrong here. There is no boat, no boatman, and...
Uh-oh.
no escape. The monk and his pack have tracked you here, and they clearly intend to do nothing less than rip you to pieces. If you're going to do something, now would be a very good time.
Uh-oh.
This rope keeps the boat in place.
What do we have? Do we have something? We got silver. Can we do something with silver? This was silver, right?
It is a tiny silver needle. It reminds you of a dart.
We need something. We never... It could be a werewolf blowgun, but we never got one. Is there anything here?
The twisted stick forms part of an anchor for this boat.
Can we take that?
The stick is stuck. The
What about
boatman
this?
will retie the boat.
Oh, man.
Oh, for howling out loud.
Okay. I'm glad we saved it there. Is there something that we can get?
Large,
I wonder.
gnarled trees spiral up from the ground.
I don't know. Is there something... I really hate going up here, but is there something... Like, I don't see any sticks here. Is there anything up here we can use? Do I see any sticks? I see that
Something
stick.
is wrong here. There. No escape. The monk and his pack have tracked you here, and they clearly intend to do.
Okay, what do we have? Do we have anything?
The dark water looks foul, and it
What
Some
about this?
hollow reeds grow here. That
Yes.
nature would otherwise forbid them life in such an environment is demonstrative of a strong magical energy which permeates this swamp.
Let's take that.
You tug forcefully at one of the reeds until it finally breaks free. You put it away and carry it with you.
Do we have time to do anything with it now? Let's see. Can we put this in it and make like a blowgun?
The silver needle fits perfectly into the end of the hollow reed, making a sturdy pea shooter. However, the needle by itself is not dangerous enough to make it a lethal projectile.
Darn it. What about swamp.
Very carefully, you bend down and soak the tip of the needle in the foul, toxic water. You now have a deadly weapon.
Okay, can we shoot the leader? Maybe the pack will go away. Awesome. Oh man. Did you run away, sir? Really?
I see you have met the Brotherhood of the Pack.
I
Where
don't think
were
they're...
you?
Detained. A man who had assumed your appearance boarded my boat. When we reached the
Oh.
other side, I perceived the flaws of his disguise and dispatched him instantly. The Count
Oh.
has been wary of the Brotherhood of the Pack for many years now. In obtaining what he asked for and ridding this land of their leader, you have served him doubly well this night.
Okay. Well, back we go, and we'll turn in the tiara. And hopefully we don't have to worry about the werewolves anymore.
The
We'll
shrouded
see.
ghoul paddles across the toxic lake to the shore on the other side. You
All right.
re-enter the huge wooden doors and quickly make your way to the castle's main dining room. As expected, you find the Count and Countess awaiting you.
You have performed admirably. Not only have you found the tiara I sought, you have rid me and this land of the deceptive
No
and
Rambo
secretive
tiptoes. I
Brotherhood
know,
of the
it's
Pack.
great.
They have committed many atrocities against my family, such as the deaths of our son and daughter-in-law.
Who I
I
put
have
to
been
rest?
forced to remain secluded all these years, unable to serve my homeland as I should, to evade the relentless pursuit of wiping out my entire family line.
Is the Brotherhood really gone? Some of those wolves escaped.
The rest of the pack followed the wolves that ambushed you. However, without their leader, they will find themselves as lost in mind as they are now in body, whether human, wolf, or any other form. Their hastened passage through my swamp will not see a return to their den. Of that I can assure you.
You have trapped them all in the swamp? The entire pack?
An endless flight through the mire awaits them. Should my long-stilled heart ever feel pity again, perhaps one day I shall free them.
As you listen to the Count's cold, unforgiving tone, you thank your lucky stars that he no longer sees you as a threat.
Exactly.
At least not for the time being.
Yeah?
I release you from my service, dear king. The nearing dawn no longer signifies an uncertain future for you.
Whew. And we get the gem.
You take the death gem. Finally, you have all 3 stones in your possession. You feel a pang of anticipation as you realize that all you need to do now is take them to the door of destiny.
Oh boy. Let's see if they have any final parting words for
You
us.
said you were the former Lord of Kalima?
Yes,
When did you abdicate?
I didn't, as such. When I became what I am now, ruling this realm lost all meaning to me. All that mattered was the well-being of my dearest treasure.
You flatter me.
It is well deserved. All that mattered to me was her safety. I concerned myself with little else.
And now?
I have recently given thought to... But no, it is a foolish notion to entertain. The people would never accept me as I am
they
now.
might.
Your statue in the town still stands. The people obviously hold you in high regard even after all the years of your absence.
Perhaps. However, my concern right now is the safety of my family. I have taken steps to ensure that they are better protected from our enemies.
Okay. Anything else?
The Count has nothing more to say to you. The
Okay.
Countess has nothing.
Alright, what about Anastasia? Does she have... Can we show her
I
the
wish
ring?
you the best, dear king.
Thank
A
you.
word of advice, King Graham. Once you have found the lady you seek, protect her with all your strength. Never leave her side, and place no importance above that of her well-being. Give your life for hers if it should ever come to that. Love can last an eternity, but your loved one can be lost in an instant.
Yes.
Heed those words, my king, and farewell.
Oh boy. Can we go talk to Anastasia and see what she says? Oh, she's not here anymore. I don't know. I guess we're gonna keep the ring. No! I don't. I hate this so much. Alright. Now we can get on the boat.
You
Finally!
climb back into the decrepit rowboat, and the shrouded ghoul ferries you back across the lake.
And get out of here. Meanwhile...
He did what?
Well, it would appear that our Count's loyalty was to be questioned after all.
Indeed.
Theodore has decided to leave us, now that he again has his wife at his side.
Mm-hmm.
No one has ever left my service before.
Welcome
Yes,
to the
Father,
purser.
it is most regrettable.
It is unthinkable!
Not
Yes,
anymore.
Father, it is quite unthinkable.
It is up to you then, Sister Agatha.
Yes, Father, it is,
What?
You will have to deal with it yourself. If Graham dies abroad, the crown will pass to me. And with it, the item will be known to me at long last.
You know, I'm wondering if the father
Father,
is like
are
that
you sure? It is an ancient legend.
that dude that told us to go on this trip in the first place.
Find it. Do you hear me, Agatha? Graham is not to return to Daventry alive.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
The swamp seems a bit lighter than the last time you were here, and some of the heavy mist has lifted. Day must be dawning.
Oh boy. Well, we are instantly going to save because that's what we do. So, we are going to take a pause there because who knows what Agatha has in store for us. But our next steps is going to be returning to that little statue and putting in the 3 gems. And I'm sure Agatha has something up her sleeve. Once we do that, it's going to be horrible, but maybe we can find our lady love at last in our next episode. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live or on Twitch at twitch.tv/theart27, I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games we're playing each day, I post them on x.com/theart27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye.